Good morning. It's JP, Kathy, and the crew on the air guitar. Bum, 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 bum,
Epic
bum,
fail
bum,
because
bum,
you
bum,
are
bum,
air
bum, bum.
guitaring and not talking.
I know, right? And you're supposed to talk, not just air guitar, right? People actually want to hear you.
I guess you could sing an air guitar.
I wonder if people would pay us not to talk, but just be here. Like
for
on
an hour and a
camera.
half. Hello.
No, you can't talk.
Oh, well, we would
could
say
do this.
hello or just wave.
No, you got to act like you're
Pageant
talking.
wave?
Watch. Oh, there you go. That's good. You do that good. Kind of look
Been
like
in
the
a few
Rolling Stones.
parades.
You look like the Rolling Stones parade.
Been in a few parades. No, I don't like to stick my tongue out like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we get onto all of that, how about this? Currently 7:31 here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and from VentureX Studios here in Frisco, Texas.
Love it and love it.
It's not love, it's not part of it. It's
Oh,
VentureX.
it is.
No, it's just VentureX.
I'm saying I love it.
Well, I know,
VentureX.
but people might think it's VentureX Love It.
VentureX. Okay, period. I love it, love it, love it. Good morning to you, the crew. We're so happy you've chosen to spend your Friday morning with us. And, JP, you'll be happy we've had a little bit of a cold front.
Big time cold front.
I mean, what the heck? So we're only going to be getting up to 89 degrees today, maybe 90. So that's fantastic. I love a break in the cold weather here on July 31st. I mean, the hot weather.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so this is just so great. Currently, we've got partly cloudy and 73 degrees. There has been some smattering of rain around the Metroplex this morning. We've got a high of 89 today, a low of 66. And listen to these numbers over the weekend, JP. Saturday, high of 91. Sunday, high of 93. Moving on out to next week, Monday, high of 89. The lows are going to be between 69 and 71, so good times. Now, I know what you want to hear, JP. I already know.
Yeah, humidity.
That's not what you're not going to like that.
Oh, I'm not.
So, do you want me to not report on humidity?
Oh, no. We need to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly.
All right. Well, the good is.
That's what my girlfriends used to say, anyways.
The good is, guess what? Nice and cool, at least 10 degrees cooler than average temperature. Humidity, 90%.
Woo, baby. That's because we're looking for some rain.
And
let it
those
rain.
old injuries could
Big
tell
time
you
rain.
that.
Hey, let it rain, Kathy. Kathy, rain. Rain.
How does it rain?
No. Oh, that's what we should do. Milli Vanilli. Blame it on. No, that wasn't Milli.
I don't think,
No.
yeah.
Well, let's get this fired up again. We're JP, Kathy, and the crew, and we are reporting to you live right here at VentureX Studios in Frisco, Texas. We want to thank Chance and all of his crew for getting us up and going. Today is our dress rehearsal. As you can see, I did wear a dress today.
No.
I didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Epic fail then. I didn't wear a dress.
Oh, and then we're
I meant to wear a dress.
Then we're going to get our chops busted for saying epic fail.
Why?
Well, because that's old school term. Totally
it is.
old school.
Oh,
yeah,
old school.
Not cool. Not
Okay.
hip.
Not hip.
Cool.
I'm trending.
Nope. Neither one of
Are
us
you
are trending.
trending?
Nope.
I think you're trending.
Really? Well, now the way we can trend is to have people follow us.
That's right.
And what are
it's
all
funny.
of the different ways to follow?
Well, hold on, though. Hold on.
Oh, you have to
thought.
do your shebang.
Right. I got a shebang and shaboodle here in a second. And so what we want you to do is we want you to get on the feeds and we want you to ask us ... And I'm going to tell you what you're going to ask us.
Ooh.
We're going to tell you, follow us. That's right. Follow us. We need you, man. Look in my eyes.
We are ready for you.
No,
we are ready for you to follow us.
Look in Kathy's eyes.
Which camera am I looking at?
The one straight forward, because we want that. Look in her eyes, not her hand. Don't look at her hand. Her eyes.
Follow.
The eyes are the window to the soul.
There you go.
We need you. Follow us. Get on there. Follow us. We want to be the hottest new thing in your pocket.
Is stuff hot in people's pocket?
When we're blowing their phone up, it is. You know it.
If you keep your phone in your pocket.
Why? A lot of people do.
Yeah, we need a laugh track on that.
Well, I mean, haven't you noticed that most people keep vibrating machines in their pocket?
Well, now, okay, that is their phone, but like ladies
Still vibrates.
Not very many ladies. I don't think ladies keep their phone, and that's a good question.
Well, that's true.
That's a good battle of the sexist question.
For Monday?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's
why
for
do men
Monday.
keep their phone in their pockets, women in their boob?
Well, no, women do not. No, most women keep their phone in their purse.
Now, I'm going to tell you.
Unless I'm going somewhere and I don't have, like if I've got my car keys, a credit card, and my phone, I will put my phone in my pocket. If not, my phone is in my purse, especially during COVID, because I used to be one of those, the little counter where you go and check out at the grocery store or wherever, I would always put my keys up there, my wallet up there, and my phone.
Right.
No longer.
Right.
Keep all that in my pocket.
Okay.
Keep my purse on my shoulder because
Okay.
I don't want to touch the counter
Okay.
during COVID.
Now, but why are you afraid to touch the counter?
No, it's a new habit now because remember at the beginning,
Right.
everything was COVID lives for 72 hours on this and 24 hours on this and 48 hours on that. Well,
Okay.
it became a habit for me.
So then what you're saying is it's just something that you've habit formed. It's not because you're afraid of catching COVID from a surface, right?
No, mine's that was a habit that was formed, but going back to the original question, which was, do women keep their phones in their pocket or their purse?
Chime in on
I'd
us.
say their purse.
Chime in on us.
I'd love to hear.
Get on JP
I'd
Kathy
love
and
to
the
hear
crew
from
on
the ladies
Facebook.
on the crew. Ladies from the
Get
crew.
on John Edward Payton on Facebook. Get on Kathy Partridge Ward on Facebook. Let us know. Where do you keep your cell phone? You're a lady. Where do you keep your cell phone? I will tell you, Kathy, I have seen more women pull their cell phones. This is no joke.
Out of their
Not
pocket?
Nope. Not. Well, I've seen a lot of them pull them out of their pocket.
Right.
Working women. What do I mean by a working woman? Somebody who has a job that has them up physically doing a lot.
Right.
Whether it would be at a daycare or school.
Or like a hair salon if you're on your feet a
Hair
lot.
salon. When I go to Hutchins, I
Service
grab barbecue.
industry.
Not a sponsor, but we need to call Hutchins and make them one.
Love their barbecue.
Yeah, they can bring us barbecue in the morning. Oh, don't laugh at me. I'll be eating
Please
some
give
smoked
me,
turkey,
please
girl.
help me out because I would need to remember to bring heartburn medicine.
So,
But it's
JP
good.
Kathy and the crew on Facebook, John Edward Payton, Kathy Partridge Ward, all on Facebook. Go on there, talk to us. We'll be bouncing around. Periscope. You can catch us on Twitter now. We've got Periscope up and running. So thank you at info@pro.maltese.com with Charles Gura for getting us up on Periscope and going already. YouTube is up and going. We need subscribers.
Okay, Ashton has already chimed in. She's a member of the crew. We love her. Hello, good morning. How are you and your kids? She said that she does not carry a purse. She always has it in her pocket. That's
See?
another thing.
And she's
I
a
wonder,
chemist. Now, again, she's up and moving.
right.
She's in a lab.
And I wonder if fewer women are carrying their purse in public places during COVID.
Yeah. Could be.
Now, you've got to be careful because you have somebody who is near and dear to you who had their purse in their car. If you're going to leave your purse in your car, leave it,
Right.
PSA, leave it in your trunk
Right.
because you had somebody near and dear to you have a window busted out to get to the purse.
Yeah, the very woman I'm in love with.
You know, I think that people
Broke out her back window.
People are desperate right now, and you just, better safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
But anyways, thank you, Ashton, for chiming in on that.
So, again, I think that women that are up and moving and more mobile in their job, I think they have it in their pockets.
That's interesting.
Again, I've seen a lot of girls, and I say girls, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Oh,
in the pocket.
now differentiate between me,
I'm coming.
who's older,
No, I'm
versus
coming.
the younger. Yeah, my daughter and her friends always have it in their pocket.
Ashton,
Yep.
in her pocket. Again, it goes back to, I think, people who are more mobile in their jobs. And I'm not saying, Kathy, that not for a professional businesswoman who's in an office job, that she's not getting up and moving to another office to visit with a colleague or
Right.
going to a meeting. But I mean, literally, women who are mobile almost their entire job, right? Like I said, Ashton's moving about in her lab.
Right.
So she keeps it in her pocket, right? So here's the second biggest place I've seen women keep their phones. And again, I'm not playing. Like I was joking to begin with when I said in their boob. But literally, I cannot tell you
I
how
have
many.
no idea what you're talking
Well,
about.
and I'm talking professional women. I have seen women do this and pull their phone out of their bra.
shirt?
Out of their bra.
Really?
I have friends that are women
no.
that are professionals, HR professionals, that pull their phone out of their boob. I mean,
out of their bra. Yeah.
I'm
See,
they're
now
trying
that
to be
would
more
make me
serious.
very nervous because of cancer.
Well, and I get it.
I
but-
would be very nervous to have an electronic device that close to my chest.
Well, and I think that we have so many microwaves floating around anyways. I think we're going to catch it. You're going to catch it. I think if your genetics are prone to it, that's what I like. I already know.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tempt fate.
Well, I already know I'm going to battle cancer at some point in my life because that's what my family does. We don't have heart attacks. We don't have strokes. We don't have heart disease. None of that. And I'm talking about my obese family members.
Yeah.
Even we don't have that issue.
It
We
ends
don't
up
have
being
high blood
cancer.
pressure. It's always cancer. And so I know that I am going to end up fighting cancer at some point. right? Because the cancer cells live within us anyways. Just a matter of them coming out. So,
well, we're going to hope that you break the mold on that.
Well, that would be nice.
Wow, aren't you happy to start on that high note?
Right, but that would be nice to break the mold.
It'd be great to break the mold
yeah.
on that.
Yeah, it would be great to break the mold there. So, all right. Big topic. Big topic today. We're going to be talking about right now, kicking it off, Ellen DeGeneres. Whoa. Can we say Miss Supersensitivity, Miss Fight for Freedom and Liberty for those who are not always being represented, right? What does she do? Tells her staff, let the Australian production team that I'm going to be looking at hiring, tell them, you know what? You can't look at me. You can't talk to me. When I come in and sit down for the interview, don't look at me. I'll talk to you if I'm satisfied.
Really?
Yeah.
Because she seems, and I don't get to watch a lot of afternoon TV talk shows. The few times I've tuned in she's been on the air like 2 decades or something, a long time. She seems super, super friendly. I mean, she seems like she would be the friendliest, like come and greet you in the green room kind of a thing.
Hollywood persona. Huh. But full of crap. Yep.
Really?
Crap-ola gajola, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, of course, I listened to the interview this morning. So she's written a letter, and she's like, I want this to be a happy place. But Ellen DeGeneres and Warner Media are speaking out after an internal investigation has been completed into allegations about workplace environment at the Ellen DeGeneres Show. On day one of our show, I told everyone in our first meeting that the Ellen DeGeneres Show would be a place of happiness. No one would ever raise their voice, and everyone would be treated with respect. Obviously, something changed, and I'm disappointed. That's right, disappointed to learn that this has not been the case, the talk show host said in a letter sent to staff Thursday. And for that, I'm sorry. Anyone who knows me, it's the opposite of what I believe and what I hoped for our show. Warner Brothers and Ellen DeGeneres take the recent allegations around the show's workplace culture very seriously. A statement from Warner says, we hope to determine the validity in the event of publicly reported allegations and to understand the full breadth of the show's day-to-day culture. So there you go. And who breaks this, of course, but people I don't care for, BuzzFeed.
Well, yeah, no, you're not a fan. But
no.
Yeah, I had seen that come through several times. Oh, and look for right around 8 o'clock, we're going to have Samita Voku come back on our show.
Good. She's confirmed.
And she is going to give us an update on the back-to-school Plano ISD rally that some parents had yesterday at the Plano ISD building. So she's going to give us an update on that. So
Perfect.
Super excited about that.
Perfect.
My thing is, again, she seems super friendly. She's, she's dancing with the audience, and doesn't she do this thing where she does dance moves and stuff? She plays pranks on her show. That's just interesting. So is that acting?
Well, so here's the thing.
On her behalf, because I would think she would be like so fun to work for.
Well, evidently it's not cool because here is 36 former employees allege racism.
What? 36?
36. Bullying, intimidation, fear-mongering culture developed on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. And so, 36 former employees with some cooperation. Of course, NBC reached out. They weren't getting a response from Ellen DeGeneres and her staff. Good luck with that, NBC. It's almost laughable. Yeah, they're not responding.
Okay, we're getting our and I've got a comment to that, but we're getting a bunch of chops busted. You have on royal blue today. I have on royal blue today. There's a lot of blue in our logo. So Chip is like, I think, isn't that Temple Wildcats or something? He's like, that's a lot of blue in there. Anyways, and good morning to Susan. Good morning to Darlene. Good morning to Michelle. Good morning to Michael. Good morning to, who else do we have on? Marty. Good morning. Good morning, gorgeous girl. So getting back to this, so this is one of those things where, okay, anybody who knows us and the crew knows us personally, what you see here on our show, morning, noon, or night, if we're live somewhere, if we're on the radio, if we're doing a podcast, whatever we're doing, what you see is what you get. The people who we are sitting in these chairs coming to you live. Would you agree with that, JP?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
People are like, well, how do y'all do that? And I'm like, it's JP and I just hanging out drinking coffee in the morning. I mean,
That's it.
literally it is.
That's
because
it.
to me, it would be too exhausting to be somebody on camera and then somebody else off camera. But maybe that's because she has that acting background. So when the camera comes on, you have one persona. When she's off the stage, it's another persona. Do you think that's what those 36 people were complaining about?
There was the culture, racism, intimidation, fear-mongering type of culture on the set, around the set, in the production team, with the way that Ellen wanted things set up. Of course, Ellen has put her buffer between her and everybody else because she's got a production staff that went and told these people that, right? And I'm sure told other people other things amongst those 36 former employees. So she's got a buffer so she can say, well, I want this to be a happy place. I don't know why this is happening. Really, Ellen, give me a break, man. It starts at the top, ends at the bottom, and you're at the top.
Well, it's the buck stops here, and especially when it's your name on the show. Well, let's ask Charles. Charles, you're one of our partners, especially in this new JP, Kathy, and the Crew 2.0 venture. At VentureX, by the way, do we treat you in a horrible manner?
I don't really like people talking to me because I'm so busy.
Right, exactly.
But he's actually doing his job.
But if you want some good consulting work, Charles Gura, go to info@pro-multis.com. info@pro-multis.com.
And Charles is so good to us. He brought us donuts
He did bring
today.
us
And is
donuts
this
this
one of your
morning.
favorite donut
Twinkles.
shops?
Oh, yes.
Twinkles, Twinkies.
Twinkles Donuts.
Twinkles Donuts out of the colony.
The colony.
Let's hold this up.
There you go. Twinkles
All right,
Donuts
so
out of
if
the
you
colony.
need good donuts,
Right there.
dun 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 dun.
Where are we? We're over
This
here.
one,
Fall
okay.
on
If
the right
you
side.
need good donuts, and these are like the good old fashioned kind of. Some of the donuts at some of these donut shops nowadays, they're just almost like air, and it doesn't matter what flavor you get; they all kind of taste the same. This is a whole different situation. So Twinkle Donuts in the colony.
Yes.
And thank you, Charles.
And
So
Angie is the one of the owners, and she.
well, good morning to you, Angie.
Locally
Thank
owned,
you
by
for the
the way.
donuts.
Locally
love
owned.
it, and we
and
love
they
that.
have
Support
like
local.
apple fritters there, and then the
Couple little cronuts.
it's cronuts.
Yeah.
Those
Oh, I
are-
haven't had one of those. What do you mean cronuts?
So it's a croissant
Shut it down
dipped
with the
in
glazing
the glaze on it.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
my mouth
you
just
get
started watering.
I get the cronut holes, and you put them in, and it's like a little burst of butter
That's-
inside.
Okay, that's why they're shaped in like a little triangle versus the traditional donut hole.
Exactly.
Okay, I can't wait to try that on a break. Okay, that looks so good.
And
Now,
they've got
now
the
my mouth is
old-fashioned-
watering.
They've got an old-fashioned donut. They also have the normal cake, but they've got all kinds. And they'll even you can do special order and like a happy birthday thing, and they'll make happy birthday in the shape of a donut.
Oh, hey, now that's fun.
Isn't that way fun?
That's fun. And look, and listen how sweet
And who
and
doesn't love donuts?
yeah, donuts make you happy.
And now cronuts.
And now cronuts,
yes.
I can't wait to try that. Okay,
Oh,
and
they're
so
the
Chance
best.
Post just said, I know you both, and y'all are the same on air that you are off air. So thank you. And I think that's part of being. Look at the cameras. Charles is like pointing. I'm like, what?
Hey, Carla Bandy.
So
I don't have lights for the
Hey, Al.
cameras.
I think it's important the way you treat people. Like, what makes me crazy is somebody who you'll see them in a situation. Okay, JP, you and I have been doing the political thing for 30 years. Both have served as elected officials in the Collin County area. And have you seen people who they're one way to people at an event, and then
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
turn around and treat a server like dirt? Now, you don't see, I mean, the majority of the friends we hang out with are very, very kind to everybody who they meet. But I don't like it when somebody talks to you a certain way and then they go to the grocery store and they talk to the person checking them out a different way.
Alert in 30 seconds.
Alert?
There's an alert.
What's the alert?
Okay, you want it now? No problem. Follow us. Follow us. Follow us.
I set myself up.
It's
But follow
time
us.
to follow us. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Get on there. Look at JP, Kathy, and the crew. Like us. Follow us. Party with us. We need 100,000 followers by June. Help us build that audience. Help us build those followers. Get over to YouTube. Subscribe to us. That's right. I subscribe to myself. Subscribe with me. Join me. Party. Or as Kathy doesn't say, Let's rockin' and roll and whatnot and partying and stuff.
No, okay, now that's not how it goes.
That's what I just said. How you don't say
Oh,
it.
how I don't say it. Okay,
Right.
so trivia for the day. It's Friday. Let's do a little trivia thing. Okay, one of my favorite saying is when somebody's like, "Oh, how are you doing? How's it going?" "Oh, I'm rocking and rolling and whatnot." Who said it and in what movie?
Yeah, that's John Travolta, right?
Dang nabbit, you just gave it away. I said it was a trivia question for somebody to answer who didn't know.
My bad.
Doggone
My bad.
JP.
My bad.
Dang nabbit.
Oh, after that word, every time you say it, alert, alert, follow us, follow us, follow us, follow us. That's right. And like us, by the way. I like me too. Join me. Join my parade. I got a hit parade.
You can catch us in like 30 different venues right now. Is that right? Like 30 different places?
You can pick us up. We can hang out.
Like we're on YouTube right now.
Well, we're on
3
Periscope, with
Facebooks.
Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube.
Yeah.
We have our Instagram page.
Are we on
So-
Twitch yet? Or are we going to be?
75 followers on YouTube. Let's get 25 more.
We need
Oh, we need
25
more followers
That's
on
right.
YouTube.
That's
So
right.
we need
That's
that
Charles.
before Monday.
Once we get to 100, we can customize our YouTube channel name.
That's right.
Love it,
All
love
right,
it, and love it.
let's get you caught up. It's currently 7:51 here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Kathy, what's our weather going to tell us today?
All right,
as we get ready to go into our day.
It is going to be a high of 89 and a low of 67. And currently we're partly cloudy at 73. So we've had a little bit of a cold front move through. Super excited about that. Humidity is high, so JP's not exactly super happy about
Nope, not happy
that.
about that. Let it rain. That's what I
But
say.
at least it's cooler. Better
It
than
is.
being like 102 and 90 degree
How's your
or
hair with
90
that humidity?
Oh my! It's always.
Ooh.
And thank you for asking.
Let's discuss your
It's
hair.
pulled back. It's pulled back off my face because it's so humid. If I had it, it'd be all like hanging in my face. Like, who was that cousin? Who was on the Adams? Is the Adams family?
You can't refer to yourself as cousin Ed.
Well, no, like where the
'Cause you're
hair's
cute.
all the hair's
you're,
all.
you're a cutie patootie.
Well, you don't know the cousin It wasn't cute underneath, and thank you for that. But what you don't know that he wasn't cute
did you
underneath
say you liked
that.
my butt again?
No,
I
did
swore I heard it. You heard it here live. I heard it.
Oh,
You heard
my
it. We're on the
gosh.
same page.
Why did I know we were going down that road?
I'll tell you what road we are going to go down, though. What else is trending right now? Master Chef Junior star Ben Watkins is diagnosed with a rare form of cancer and a rare illness. Now, I don't know if you remember
sorry to
Ben or
hear
not.
that.
I love watching the cooking shows. If I watch TV at all, which is generally not, I will watch cooking
Oh, we got
shows.
you into Game of Thrones, though.
You did do that.
We did.
And so Ben Watkins, a cute, adorable kid, heck of a little cook, lost his parents back in the day 3 years ago. Okay. This 13-year-old now is going to be facing a rare form of cancer himself and going through his own personal trial. So we would ask the crew to put your hands together,
Absolutely. Pray.
a little bit of
pray,
prayer
pray.
for this young
Oh,
man and his family. Yeah, he was on the 6th season, by the way, of the culinary competition on Fox, and just he did a great job. There's a GoFundMe account started by his grandmother and uncle.
Oh,
to help.
can somebody from the crew put that GoFundMe link on our JP Kathy and the Crew Facebook page?
Dr.
Or in
Good.
the comments.
That would be good for you,
please.
Dr. Good.
And good morning to Melvin Thothia. He is listening. And Melvin, if you go to his personal Facebook page, he is selling chocolate bars for his son, who's the cutest thing in the world, who is playing football. Hey, make your kid learn how to do that. Don't sell for him, even though I will take 5. Thank you very much. just teasing.
All right.
No, I'll do a donation. I'll do that. And then Judge Misseldine's watching. Laura's watching this morning. So
Yeah.
all kinds of folks.
Jason
This
is on the
exciting.
feed. Carrie Lambert's
Clay
on the feed.
Boatwright, good morning to you, sir.
So a lot of fun people on the feed. And you can be on the feed in multiple places.
Oh,
John Edward Payton, Kathy Partridge Ward, JP Kathy and the Crew. Now, which feed are you on?
I just switched to the JP Kathy and the Crew Facebook feed. I was on YouTube earlier, and then I was on my feed and your feed, and now I'm on the JP Kathy and the Crew Facebook feed, where Clay said 2.0, and that's funny. I kind of did, even though 2.0, like everybody's been saying that forever and a day, but Clay has recently had some significant life changes, and he's calling himself Clay 2.0. And so when I said JP Kathy and the Crew 2.0 for our new show, he just said 2.0. Clay, yes, I'm copying you, my friend. Yes, thank you very much.
Hey, when you find
that did spark that idea in
Clay,
me.
when you find a good thing, don't recreate the wheel. Just borrow the same design. That's what I say.
Yes, what is it? copying, or what is it? It's the purest form of flattery.
Correct.
What do they call that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right. Good morning,
imitation,
Marvin Johnson.
That's it. Imitation.
Cleo.
Imitation is the purest
Cleo.
form of flattery. Oh, Vicki Harper, good morning. Fantastic teacher who has decided to retire. I tell you what, a theater teacher, talk about a teacher who impacted so many kids in so many lives in such a positive manner. So just so happy to have her as part of the crew.
All right. So here's the party, right? There's a GoFundMe page for Ben Watkins, 13 years of age. We're asking a member of the crew if you'll put that link on there. Let's help out his grandmother and uncle as he faces a rare form of cancer, lost his parents. He was a little chef and was fantastic, a great kid.
Did you watch that season?
I did.
Yeah, you're big on those shows.
And so, just anyways, great kid, and I could use some help without a shadow of a doubt. Also, Herman Cain. Can't go without saying how much of a loss Herman Cain is to us all.
Yeah, 74 years old. Herman Cain has passed away, and JP, I'm assuming you, like myself, had a chance to meet him a couple of times over the years. Had a chance to see him speak. Went to a dinner for him not too long ago with some dear friends of ours. Had a chance to meet him again, and 74 years old, so full of life. Just such an incredible, kind, patriotic, business savvy individual, just talented, intelligent, compassionate. He was back when he ran for president. I was hoping he would go all the way. I was just I was big time on his train, his campaign train. Then passed away of COVID, complications from COVID. Just heartbreaking. Again, such a good man. So it seemed like that he just had so much left to do, because he was always somebody who was out there making a difference in the lives of those people around him. Rest in peace. Just asking the crew to come together in prayer and comfort his family and those who loved him. I mean, I was on Facebook a few times yesterday. It was one of those crazy days, and every single time I got on Facebook, the first 10 or 15 posts were people who had met him and just asking for prayers for his family. And it's one of those things. We're all Christians here. We know where he is. He is fully restored in his in all his glory. He is with the Lord right now. And that's one of those things, you really have that sense of peace when you know somebody truly is a follower of Christ, and you know that, and you know where they are. It's just we're left behind to mourn.
Absolutely. And so, again, just a sadness, I think, over the country in losing a patriot like Herman Cain. And so, pray for his family. I will tell you this. It's going to be interesting to see if conservatives pivot. I've talked to a lot of mainstream conservatives who are like, we don't understand why the mask thing has become a conservative liberal issue. It is not for all of us.
No.
And so, not sure why that is with some. And so Herman Cain was one of those that didn't wear a mask. 9 days later, after the Tulsa rally, COVID-19. 75 years old, in fairly good health.
74, yeah.
Well, no, this morning they said he was 75.
Oh, okay. I
may have been wrong.
I thought it was 74, but still too young, and because he was so full of life. And you know what? You brought it up, and then we've got Samita that'll come on. But there were some people who had some really tacky posts yesterday, mentioning that. Here's the thing. Like, I was at headquarters last night, went in there for one of our victory meetings, and everybody in there was social distancing, and everybody had masks on. I walked in without my mask because I was grabbing yard signs, but then grab my mask out of my purse. I guess I don't see that it's a Republican Democrat issue. I think that's what the liberal media says. But I was really heartbroken to see that people were taking away from such an incredible man's life, and putting out their tacky things about masks or no mask. So again, we want to remember him for the incredible man he was, the incredible contributions he made to society, and may he rest in peace.
All right. Currently, it is 8:00 here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I know that it's going to be humid today, so you don't have to tell me anymore.
It's going to be humid. I know. That's it. But we do have a little bit of a cold front. We will not get above 91 degrees this weekend, and it looks like it's going into the beginning part of next week. So anything less than triple digits at this time of year is very welcome.
All right. So with that being said, I believe, is Samita ready to go on with us there, Charles?
Yes, she is.
All right, let's bring her on. Of course, if you remember correctly, we had Samita on Wednesday, part of a parent group that organized a meet and greet, for lack of a better term, a protest, a demand for communication with the Plano Independent School District Board out at their headquarters at PISD. Samita, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
You know what? We're doing fantastic. You look fantastic. Love that hat.
She does really well on video. She has like the perfect camera angle. Of course, she's cute as all get out and
thank
brilliant.
You for that, Kathy.
Samita is.
Oh, Samita is.
She always looks great on it. I mean, she's got a ball cap, and look how cute. She's just rocking it. Love it.
So, Samita, how did it go on Thursday? Fill in the gaps. Tell us what was accomplished. Tell us how you feel. Was there some resolve?
Okay, so actually, first we'll start with unbelievably hot.
Yes. Yes.
It was so hot. It's like you were melting. So we got there, and we ended up having about 35 people who showed up.
Good.
Some moms, some dads, and some people without kids in the school who were just concerned about wanting the schools to open. So we got there, and then there was actually quite a few different news stations. So in the end, I think I gave around 5 different interviews. And really, again, like I said at the beginning, it was so we can discuss that we as parents wanted our kids to go back to school, and we signed up for it, and we would like that discourse. So first, the meet and greet, and there was no meet and greet there. They actually ended up, leaving the building, but through the back door. So nobody wanted to come out. I did hear that we were supposed to get an email from the superintendent just to kind of, talk to us or tell us what's going on. We did not, and I wasn't expecting that because no one had contacted us. But what was really good though is when we were able to talk to the moms or some of them, there were so many actual different reasons. Like some of the moms who have juniors, and the way this is set up with juniors in sports, that they can't take the ACT or SAT, so that means they've missed out on the applications for their scholarship. And I don't have a junior in sports, so I didn't realize that was one of the...
I was going to say, I didn't realize that had already passed, that deadline.
Yeah, she can't, and they can't take the ACTs, because we were able to schedule for the SATs, but they switched that because you're a senior, so they'll give the first rights to the seniors.
Right.
But it really affected her junior. And she goes, I've been trying to call so many people, and again, no response. So she's like, we don't know what we're going to do. And then other ones with smaller kids who were like, they've already been sitting on that computer all summer, and they worked since they did the school in March. It's too much. It's too much to continue with these schools online. One mom, and that's actually it's the interesting part is once you start talking to people, everybody has a different reason for needing to go back to school,
right,
for wanting their kids to go back to school. But the end result is they would need their kids to go back to school. And we talked about how we do have these. So JP, you actually mentioned it, the teachers who would last time you asked me that question. Well, what do I say to the teachers that are concerned? And
right.
Then I thought about that, and I looked through the emails from the school. So they actually had sent us like a 50-page protocol of all the things that they are doing to make sure that the school is clean, how they're going to institute what they're doing to kids while they're in the classroom. So I think PISD did have that in place already. And seeing all of that, there's got to be a level of comfort in knowing all that PISD was doing to make sure that teachers felt comfortable. Right. And that's why, again, another reason why parents signed up. One parent was like, this place has never been cleaned as much as it has been now. So, at the beginning of the year, your kids only come back with ear infection or staph infection on their skin. It's been cleaned.
Right.
And they're going to continue cleaning it. So that is a good thing. Well, we just received our schedules of how school is going to be like at home.
Right.
And I'm going to have to say, if we signed up for school in person, and that choice is taken away, and then we get a document showing what our schedule is going to look at for the kids. So like you said, Kathy, they're going to be up at 8 o'clock in the morning. They have to be on a certain Zoom call. Apparently there's a dress code. We like to do
that's interesting, because I know when I'm on a Zoom call at home, I've got pajama pants and slippers, or I'm barefoot.
Well, and I'm going to, Samita, when you take a break, I'm going to talk about that for a moment.
Okay.
Well, and like you and I had talked about with the schedule, Samita, my son now when he finishes his homework, instead of being able to go and make $9.50 an hour at the job he's had all summer, he had to turn in his notice, because his job is school hour jobs, right, or school hours right now, and doesn't have another option. So then what's he going to do when he's finished with his homework? Play online games,
Right.
And I just think that's a waste of time.
Because if they finish early, they have to sit there and wait for the next class that's
Right.
online in front of the computer.
Right.
So, as one of the moms, like, it's not healthy to sit in front of a computer for 8 straight hours a day. The kids need the social interaction of talking to the teacher, or just sitting there moving around with the teacher around, asking different questions. And that was one of my kids that said, look, we can't really ask a question on a Zoom meeting, because I was on a Zoom meeting and I'm like, oh my goodness, where is that raise your hand button? So by the time I rose my hand, we were off to another topic. I'm like, okay, let's move it on.
Right.
So it's going to be a lot, actually, for the teacher to manage a whole classroom of Zoom questions. Because if there's one question and I don't know. So after seeing that schedule, again, the parents are like, well, we were giving that choice. And now with the CDC saying that it's the safest place to be, and it's more of a health crisis for the students to stay at home than to return at school, I really do think the school needs to turn their decision around. I am hoping something will happen in that board meeting on Tuesday. They haven't released the agenda until
I would imagine, Samita, there will be a full house of parents there on Tuesday for that board meeting, wanting to speak. Oh,
it's all on Zoom.
That's right. Oh, see,
Well,
that's
you
right.
show
Our world has changed. That's right.
Well, you show up, though, at that meeting.
Can you send public testimony in ahead of time?
Well, you can, and you can sign up for the Zoom meeting, and I think the comments are the same like the Plano City Council does, where you can turn in your meetings.
Oh, okay. Can you put that, or can you put that on our Facebook Live feed on our JP, Kathy, and the crew, and let people know how they can get in there at least for the chat portion?
I will do that. I will do that.
Thank you.
All right. So, Samita, real quick about the dress. Did adult learning yesterday. Over at Godly ISD. Godly ISD has 60% of their kids coming back to campus, and 40% have chosen to go online. They've got sports going on, volleyball going on, everything's still happening. And we taught 75 teachers yesterday in a very large room. Social distancing went on. People wore their masks. While we were speaking, we didn't wear our masks, but we were more than 6 feet away from the adult learners. But one of the things the principal said is that in the spring, they had young men coming online with female teachers with no shirt on.
Oh, okay.
They had girls coming on with tank tops, no bra on.
Oh my, okay.
They had girls coming on with pajama tops, but the button didn't start until
down low,
down
or
where
something.
the thoracic cavity is at. And so you had cleavage issues. I think one girl even moved or shifted, and her breast had almost come out of her pajama bottom, because they're recording all of this.
Well, they as well
and
they
they're
should.
recording it.
Right.
Right. And so they're recording it. And so I do get the dress code part.
I do too. I guess I just didn't even think.
I get the dress code part.
Like, I made sure my kid had shorts and a T-shirt on when he was doing. I mean, I went in his room and I'm like, okay, you're online. What do you have on? And so I would think that would be like you wouldn't let your kid, leave the house with a mini skirt that cups under their rear end, which, funny thing. So Jack Worsham, who, when I was a teacher at Plano East Senior High, he was one of the sub-school principals. And my goodness, how many girls did I march down to his sub-school office to turn in for dress code infractions? And then their parents are like, that's not what they were wearing when they left the house. These kids were so clever. They would put like shorts or a different kind of skirt or top in their backpack to switch into. Just side note. So I guess that's happening on Zoom as well.
It is, and I actually I understand the the issue with the clothing also. And one of the things is, the reason I mentioned it is that now we have an even longer list of things that are a concern. Because JP, you mentioned it. This is all being recorded.
Right.
And it's live. So if someone gets on that camera and they decide to have,
be inappropriate, yes, have a moment. That's
inappropriate moment. It's with everyone. Like it's with everyone, and it's recorded. So that isn't it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Zoom personally for children.
Right.
I don't like that personally. Like I don't know if I want my eighth grader to be on Zoom. You can play around with your computer, you click it if you say something. I just kind of like that. I mean, they're not even on social media, so that concerns me like that. But we'll have it in an open space because I don't want it like in their bedroom unless they're taking a test and somebody else is taking a test. I'm going to try to keep it open because I don't actually like people to know their personal life. Because when you go to school, you don't see your bedroom. You just see
you don't see posters or pictures on the wall, or like I don't like the bed being in the background. So my son, I was like, hey, we're sitting in your computer chair that's attached to your desk. Figure it out how you may, but I don't want the background to be pillows on a bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I don't want, and then I don't want to know who she's interested. What she does have posters on the wall or pictures. I don't want people to know that. That's her personal information.
Right.
If she wants to, a friend can know what she likes, or even my sons. Like I said, I don't personally like the Zoom for kids. So one of our things is gonna be. Well, I'm actually hoping we start, but I do have hope. I am doing this for a reason, but we'll end up going into public. We'll put the computer someplace else.
Well, we appreciate you keeping us updated on all of this.
Charles, did you have a question for Samita?
No, I was just going to say, putting up a green screen, then you can make your background maybe the Mario Brothers
Mount Rushmore or something. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah, that's a good thought on that. Yeah, because that is an option on Zoom. That brings up a whole new. Opens up a whole new can of worms. Stuff I didn't even think about. Now, Samita, here's the thing. You've been a homeschool mom before. You're very active, very involved in your kids' lives. There may be other parents who are unaware of this. That's why we're hoping you share this. You share this and you get this information out there. Any of you who have school-age kids, get this information out there, because if I'm a parent and I'm working remotely from home, I'm having to make sure I'm logged in and I'm not able to go in and check on my kid, in between classes. These are things you want to be aware of, and maybe put some systems in place where your kid takes a screenshot every hour on the hour so you can see what they're seeing. I think you'd have to be creative there, because again, parents don't want to lose their jobs. Too many of us have lost our job. The GDP is down to horrifically low numbers. So parents are having to stay logged in consistently on their computer. That's going to be really hard to monitor little kids who are, have ants in their pants, but then the high school kids who might be wearing a pajama top. I didn't even think about that, Samita.
And one of the things I was thinking about is like, I'm lucky enough, I do have a bigger house. I can move one of the kids in the office and up, in a different space. If you're in an apartment and a parent or both parents are working, you have siblings, you're going to be on a Zoom call. So everybody will be on earphones in the same room. And I'm sure they thought of that, but that's everybody. All the kids get their own computer from the school, so that is good. I mean, when we did this at the beginning, but to space out things, like if I have a call and I need to be on it for a long time, I can't have a kid asking questions on the in this office with me, even though I want to watch them, because they'll hear that call. And there are things that I can't hear in my calls, or the person listening don't want to listen to what's going on in their little history class or whatever class they're taking. So there's a lot that the parents are going to have to figure out, and it's actually going to be trial and error. Parents are going to figure it out as they do. I'm like, all right, this is not working. We're moving to another room, or everybody at the kitchen table, sort of thing.
Well, interestingly enough, one of our special ed teachers, who is super great with kids, just piped on and said she has 11 grandkids. And her kids have set up a larger part of the house for them to have school in a classroom type environment in their home.
Oh, excellent.
So
excellent.
If you can do that.
If you can do that, right.
So Samita, real quick, we're going to summarize now. Where do you hope to be? with all of this?
Okay, like I said, I am actually quite a hopeful person. I do hope I hope that they take the current recommendations and say we had everything in place. We can open up for the kids who wanted to go to school on campus in August. And if that's not the case, then I really want to make sure that it doesn't extend after August. I mean, we're already in September, but then they have that rule that they can extend it an extra 4 weeks, and then they can decide what they want to do. So it's getting, one of the major concerns is, our hope is that it just doesn't get pushed back. The goalposts keep changing over and over and over to where we're at the end, and then it's almost Christmas break. And that's actually our biggest concern, because that's what's going to happen. And if that's going to happen, or if they're seeing that, or they're thinking this is their plan, and I know that it's changing, but if it's changing and in the back of your head you're always thinking we're going to close down, I'd actually appreciate knowing. Just like, tell me up front. Tell me up front what the plan is. Tell the parents what the plan is. Don't just keep us going, hey, by August 8th, we're going to be back. And then even knowing we were there, the prep was happening, that it's not happening, or they heard something that us as parents have not heard, that they're going to close. Again, that is one of the issues. You're not telling us why. We're just like, okay, we hope we start. We don't know if we start. And then we just scramble. The parents are always left to scramble. Let's figure this out. Just let me know ahead of time. I really do need to make decisions on what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I hope they open dual credit. Let us have waivers for kids who are working. Let us make our own homeschool schedule if that's the case. Be flexible in that. So,
Samita, keep us updated. Would love to have you on after the board meeting and see what anybody or anything was said in regards to the organization of these parents. And I cannot thank you again for coming on this morning with us and sharing your experiences and what's going on out there with parents at Plano ISD.
Thank you for your involvement in the community, and we appreciate you so much. And thanks for being part of the crew, Smita.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I'll let you know what happens on Tuesday. Hopefully, at least it will be discussed.
Sounds great.
Good.
Thank you.
God bless. Take care. Thank you. All right. So, Kathy, it is currently 8:17, and another alert has come up. This is a cell phone alert. Cell phone alert. Cell phone alert.
What is this?
Watch this. Cell phone. I think I just exposed my cell phone to everybody.
You did. People have your cell phone number.
If you're the crew, I know they do, right? If you're the crew and a part of the member of the crew, or you are watching right now and want to become a member of the crew, it's real easy. Get on the feed and say, I want to be a member of the crew. And guess what? Boom. You have just been sworn in as a faithful member of the crew. I need you to get your phones out right now. I need you to go to your contacts. I've already went to mine. You saw me pick my phone up during the interview with Samita. I went to my contacts and I invited a friend to become a member of the crew and to follow us and like us.
I'm going to do that too.
So get on your phone. Get your phone out right now. That's right. This is the John Payton telethon. Get your phone out right now. Get on your contacts list and invite your friends to enjoy JP, Kathy, and the crew right here on the JP KC
like
network.
Some kind of typing in the background?
That's right.
That's a cool sound effect, Charles.
Yes.
I like
The
that.
JP KC network right here.
And good morning to Darlene and Sandy. We have two Sandys on, and
We do.
Marion.
We do.
So good, and Coach. Good morning.
That's right.
So love it.
So here's what we want. We want you to help us. You're the crew. Not only give us some followers, help build our list. Subscribe to our YouTube page. We're at 75. We need 25 more. Get us to 100
Yeah,
today.
we want to have wow. I was gonna say we want to have 100 by Monday, but okay,
No,
JP's
today.
right. We want to have it by today.
Today, yeah. There's no reason not to. This
please,
isn't hard.
please.
This isn't hard. But also, we want your help with this right here. Chuck, I don't know if you've got a graphic for this already or not. If not, then just zoom in on that for me.
No.
If you'll zoom in on that.
Let's see.
We want you to be a part of our positive person experience.
Or encounter.
Hashtag positive PE. You're not reading your list. There's no encounter on there.
Oh, well, what happened to the
Yeah, I've got a
encounter?
graphic for that.
Oh, you do? All right. So
Yeah,
join us on
positive.
Fridays. We want to
I love
celebrate.
it.
We want to celebrate your positive person experience. Email those to us at jpkathyandthecrew3@gmail.com. And you should be able to see our, we'll get our email address up on the screen here in a moment. You can also follow us at JP Kathy and the Crew, John Edward Payton, Kathy Partridge Ward. We want you to subscribe to our YouTube page absolutely as soon as possible. There it is on the screen. Thank you, Chuck, for that.
And
JP, Kathy, and the crew 3 at gmail.com. Send us your PPE experiences.
We love it. Or chime in on Facebook and put that narrative in one of the comments, either at JP, Kathy, and the crew, Kathy Partridge Ward, or John Edward Payton. We're going back and forth between the feeds right now. Love it. There's a ton of folks up on all the different sites watching. A cool thing I found out about YouTube is you can, and everybody's going to be like, no duh, Kathy, 92 called and they want their YouTube back. But you can hit follow. So every single time our show comes on live, you'll get a YouTube alert, and you can follow us and watch us on YouTube and help build that audience as well. And are we on Twitch yet?
Not yet. We're
gonna get on
by
Twitch,
Monday.
so that's exciting.
We'll be on almost.
Ron and Melissa, good morning.
We'll be on over 30 platforms by Monday.
Can we get at least one more person on followers on YouTube? We've got 75. Let's get at least one.
Somebody
go
right
subscribe.
now, please.
How is it?
Please.
How is it? How is it? We have over 8,000 people on our social media, and we can only get 75 people on YouTube. How does that happen?
Help
us out.
Are people nervous to subscribe to something on YouTube?
I don't know. Everybody's already being followed anyway, so what's the big deal?
Yeah, really. Big Brother is watching and listening.
So Gail has asked for has asked for an example of a positive person experience. Charles Gura went to his medical office, and the nurses were a little bit down, or it was kind of one of those Murphy Law Mondays for them. And he just simply brightened their day with his conversation and singing. And he went in with a hat. And I've done that.
I love that. That's so Charles.
To stores and restaurants singing and humming, and people smile. They love to see happy people. And so Charles Gura is a prime example of a positive person experience.
We can hashtag Charles.
Yep, that went out and wanted to make a difference in somebody's life by simply just making them smile with a song.
Do you want to hear the quick story?
Yes, we would love to.
Tell it, Charles.
Okay, so I woke up in the morning and I had this song in my head. It was a Beach Boys song.
Love it.
And I was humming it.
Oh, yeah, great song.
Humming it all morning.
Yeah.
And walked in, and the woman who was receiving me was like, "What's that song you're humming?" I was like, "It's the Beach Boys song." And she was like, "Huh, well, which one is it?" And I couldn't.
You just couldn't remember that.
I could not remember.
Yeah.
I knew the first few words, and then it was like,
you're like, "Wait, what was the title of that song?"
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah,
and of course, you can't do that right now. But, and so she was like, "Oh, great, yeah." I just kind of woke up, and then I told her about our positive person experience. I said, "Be a PPE for someone."
Yeah.
And just a great mood. And all the nurses there, I talked with them. And then the next day, I had to go in for the next follow-up just to see the doctor. And same thing. And then there was a woman sitting over in the coffee, and she puts her head down. And I could just tell something was wrong. And I said, "Did you not have your coffee today?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Well, and I told her about the PPE. So positive person experience. Be positive for somebody." And before I left, she said, "You know what? You really helped me out." So.
See, and I love that. And it didn't cost you anything.
Nope.
Didn't take you much time. Did it not put you in a better mood yourself after you left, because you knew you brightened up somebody's day? And that's what we hope that our team, that the crew, that we bring to the crew when we're doing one of our shows, or when you're watching one of our other news shows that will be broadcasting on this on our JP, Kathy, and the Crew network. And that is, it doesn't cost anything, and it doesn't take but a few seconds out of your life. And you don't know the kind of impact you're going to have had on somebody else. There might be somebody who's contemplating something really bad. And the fact that you gave them the time of day, you never know what impact that has on a person. So why not? Why not?
Post that with that hashtag.
Love it.
And then we can go see those.
Love
it.
So
Gail, and it is a random act of kindness, but it's also an experience. You may watch somebody else do something for somebody, and that would be something you experienced and can lift your day. Yesterday when we were teaching in Godly, one of the things I told the teachers is that you will be amazed at what impact you make on a student who's not in your class, has no interaction with you, but observes you in the way you treat other students.
Yes.
And that student will trust you based on your behavior with other students, and may 3 years down the road in high school come to you with an issue or problem for them because they saw how you handled other kids. And so just an observation of a personal experience like that could change your life. And so we want to hear from you. We want to do this on Fridays. So please send your experiences to JP, Kathy, and the crew 3 at gmail.com. One more time, that is
JP, Kathy, and the crew 3 at gmail.com.
gmail.com. There you
It's
go.
like, wow, do I have our new email
You do,
memorized?
because it's us.
Yay, I don't have the
3.
password memorized.
Oh, yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I know.
Well, actually, I do. I do because it was easy.
Oh, well, don't say what it is.
Really? I can't? Oh, man. You said you liked my butt again. I love that. Thank
I
you,
did
Kathy.
not.
I heard it.
I did not.
I'm just telling you I heard it. All right, let's get
Yeah,
everybody...
that's in your head. Tell those voices to shut it down.
Let's get everybody caught up. It's currently 8:25, Kathy, and I know we've got some weather coming
All
our
right,
way.
JP. Well, actually, we've got a cool front that has moved through. We are looking at a high of only 89 today. Yes. July 31st, and we're not in triple digits. It's fantastic. The cool front should last throughout the weekend into the early part of next week, so we are very happy about that. Lows will be around 69 to 71 the next few nights, so get outside, enjoy some sunshine that doesn't involve triple-digit heat wave, and spread some sunshine.
Spread some
And
sunshine.
that positive person experience.
Be the PPE.
Yes.
All right. So what else is trending today? How about this one? And how many of you loved watching Drew Barrymore when you were a kid? And what was that? Was that
E.T.
Fire Thrower? What was that?
Firestarter,
Firestarter.
E.T. She was in a ton
Yeah.
of things, but E.T. was her big breakout role.
How
yes.
about this? How about the 45-year-old actress interviews her younger self when she was just 7 years of age?
How did she do that?
The Drew Barrymore show, their production team was able
that's so
on
great.
CBS daytime TV put Drew Barrymore on at 45 interviewing her 7-year-old self.
Okay, I've got to look. Put that link on our Facebook. That
I
is so
will do
great.
that.
I've got to check that out.
I'll do that right
Very clever. Very clever.
now. Is that fun or what though, huh? I think that's fun, Kathy.
I love it. I think it's clever. I love it.
All right, so here goes. We're going to put the link on right now. Look at this. Look at this. JP being smooth. Can we call it that?
Sure.
Oh, guess what? It's
Did-
not letting me paste.
What? Oh, and like JP's all, check me out. Oh, wah, wah. Don't we have the...
Refresh.
Oh, there we go. I got it. Wah, wah. There we go. All right, so there's the link on that one. I also want to thank Ashton for tuning in to us on YouTube. Pete Havel, I know you haven't yet. Pete, I love you. You're on my feed.
Oh, Pete.
Get over to YouTube, Pete, and subscribe. And we'd also like to bring you back in, Pete, and talk about your book.
Yeah, actually, Pete Havel needs. I'm so glad you mentioned his name. He's got a phenomenal book out. Does great work with chambers of commerce and with businesses, small and large and medium and everything in between. Pete needs to have a show on our network.
He does.
He does.
Absolutely.
He's such a great presenter and such a great personality and such a wealth of knowledge. Yeah, Pete, give us a shout. We've got a friends and family discount for the first 3 months. Yeah, we need a great Pete Havel. You need a show on our network.
So here's something else, Kathy, that's just come out, and I don't understand this.
And what is that?
Well, and I'm a little confused by this. I would think there would be a Smithsonian or a part of the Smithsonian dedicated to this, and I
Right.
guess there's not. The House votes to approve the creation of a National Latino Museum.
Oh, see, now I would have thought that
How
was
is-
already a thing.
How is there not already a National Latino Museum? And I don't want to hear about, oh my God, why can't we just have a museum? Well, because we are a cultural country. I mean, with all kinds of impacts made by people from all over different countries and cultures. And so we should have a National Latino Museum. I love the fact that there are museums out there that dedicate, and as long as it's good knowledge, Kathy,
Right.
good information,
Right.
not propaganda and garbage, but legitimate good stuff. I mean, think of this, over 500 years of Latino contributions in helping shape and build and defend this country. You know, a dear, dear friend of mine, somebody I've loved forever, a Marine, not a citizen, and
Right.
goes to Iraq, 3 tours, Purple Heart.
He's been on our show.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
I mean, and so an amazing man, Latino man who defended freedom in this country and still does to today. And so, yeah, I'm all about this. And so, yeah, so the House votes. The advocates say, hey, we want you to recognize our contribution. I'm all about it. So they voted Monday to approve legislation that would create a National Latino Museum in the nation's capital. Again, I didn't know we didn't already have one.
I'm actually very surprised by that. I just assumed we did.
Yeah, I didn't either, yeah. So Republican or Democrat.
But it was things that make you go,
That's one of them, no doubt about it. Had huge bipartisan support, Kathy, 295 co-sponsors.
Oh, I believe it.
So,
it seems like everybody would have signed on to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So glad to hear that. Look forward to that, and we'll go to that. I love going to museums and love being a part of history for sure. So I'm excited about that. All right. So here's something that's fun. Natasha Richardson's son. I don't think that I fully comprehended her death. I mean, this is such a sad thing.
Tragic. Remember, she died in a freak snow skiing accident all those years ago. Liam Neeson's wife.
In 2009.
Gosh, has it been that long?
It has been that long.
Wow.
And Michael
I remember that.
Richardson's
That was so tragic.
Well, Michael Richardson is now speaking out and letting people know 11 years later that he still can't wrap his head around it. And I'm going to tell you, people tell you all the time, oh, with time, your loss will get better. I still miss my mother as much as I missed her the day she passed away. Time has not made that better. I find myself driving down the road and something will jar a memory, Kathy, and I'll start crying.
Yeah, I think while you do learn, because your loved one, especially if it was somebody like your mom, or I always go back and think of my grandmother, who I still miss all the time. It's one of those things that you always miss them. You always you're always upset. You learn to cope. I think you learn how to cope with that better. But I know what you're talking about, JP, because you always have a little bit of a hole in your heart left where they were. Now you go on and you live your life because that's what they would have wanted you to do. I think it's always tough, and I think it hits you at different times in your life. I think if there's something really good going on in your life or really tough going on, I know whenever there's something really tough going on in my life, I think of my grandmother, and I usually end up, and I feel like she comes to me in my dreams, and she'll sit on the side of the bed with me and talk with me, and my husband will wake me up because I'm literally talking to her, and then I wake up and I'm like, Grammy, but I feel at peace. Or I'll see a red cardinal and I'll think about her. So yeah, I think different parts of your life, it hits you harder maybe.
Right. Well, and so it does. And he goes on to say that for kids who lose their parents in their 50s, and the kids are 12, 13, 14 years of age, he goes, I'm sitting in the garden one day and something overcomes me and I just start sobbing with the fact that I lost my mother. And I get that. Like, I'm with you because I have done the same thing, Michael. And it doesn't get any better. So cherish them when they're here.
Yes.
Don't let those relationships go away because of an argument or dispute. Mend that fence. You only have them for so long on this earth. And so with that, Kathy, we have an alert. Kathy. Follow us. What are you doing? You got to get on there, man. We're trending. I know it because I said it.
How many? Okay, somebody help me out. How many subscribers do we have?
Have
on
we
YouTube?
hit 76 yet? Well,
Hit
Pete
100.
Havel, subscribe. Follow us. Like us. Oh, my gosh. I like us. That's enough for all of you to like us. We need 100,000 followers by June. Kick it up, girlfriend. Did I do that right? Am I snapping right?
Must be everybody.
You're all that and a bag of chips. Is that it?
Oh, no.
Somebody said that on our Facebook Live.
Oh,
I was like, we need to
Scrooby.
bring that back. I love that.
Oh, Shaggy, I don't know. Chuck, do we have anybody?
Everybody listening
Sharon,
must
good
be
morning.
already subscribed.
No, Pete Havel's not. I know better.
Okay, let's look.
Pete, I'm
let's
calling you
look.
out, Pete.
I'm going to YouTube. I'm going to YouTube now.
Going to YouTube now. All right.
Now.
And people are on the YouTube feed and on the Facebook Live feed.
Right.
Going back and forth. I love that.
I was on YouTube earlier because when I subscribed, it gave me the option of, do I want an alert anytime that JP, Kathy, and the crew goes live? And I was like,
right.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Glenn Davis, welcome back. Kay Yoder. I love Kay Yoder. Good morning, Kate. Pat. Good morning, Patty. Lisa, good morning. And Laura Kirby, good morning. Get on there, subscribe to our YouTube page. Get us to 100 today. Let's see. Be careful what you ask for. Me and a microphone. Pete, we've already had you on a microphone. We know what we're getting. And we love you. Give me a break.
Where can they use their microphone here?
Well, he might come in. Pete would probably come in.
Pete Havel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he's got a great presence.
Abel, good morning.
He's married to one of my favorite women in the world.
Get on there, subscribe to our
Jamie
YouTube
Havel.
page. Say howdy do to us.
Oh, 77 subscribers.
So we've increased. There we go.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
Ashton, who was just on, she said, "Yay for YouTube Live. Now I can respond to texts and listen at the same time."
There we go.
Awesome.
There we
love
go.
it, love it, and love it.
All right. So
And where are we?
77. We went up to
Yeah, 77.
And then we're
we've got-
broadcasting
and-
from where?
On
VentureX from Frisco, Texas.
dun 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 dun. Let's do that
That's
again.
so
Dun,
funny.
dun 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 dun. Venture. Let's say it at the same
Charles is
time.
hilarious.
Ven-
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say it again. 1, 2, 3.
VentureX.
Oh, please,
Oh,
JP.
no,
You've
maybe
never
not.
said anything with that.
Hey, where's Chance?
VentureX.
We're supposed to be taking.
He was watching from home today.
But we need to go to his house.
Oh, bless his
We
heart.
need-
This is beauty sleep, I think.
Well, he's up.
No, he was up
we need
bright
to
and
live
early.
broadcast while we're driving to Chance's house. And we need to watch him put on his shoes.
Oh, Garrett's back there shaking his
We're
head. Going,
starting.
okay.
He's already agreed to take off clothes every once in a while.
No, like he showed his socks the other day.
Right,
Oh,
right.
JP.
That's one. You know,
Oh my!
we could maybe
gosh.
see the inside
Oh
of his
my
shoe or
gosh.
something this next time.
How do you comment? Oh, live chat.
How do you comment?
No, on YouTube.
Kathy, you're hilarious.
On the YouTube?
On
or-
the YouTube.
Easy.
That's, I
No.
know.
That's a no.
JP's not letting me.
Nuh-uh.
JP's making me get away from the Snapchat, the
Shut it
Instagram.
down.
Yeah, rewind.
Shut it down. All right, let's talk about hydroxychloroquine, shall we?
When are we having Dr. Dave back on?
Well, I tried to get a hold of him today. He was putting Lily to bed. Adorable, by the way.
She's
Sent me a
so
picture.
cute.
Love
She just turned
me
2.
some
She
Lily.
is precious.
And so I was hoping to get him on this morning, but I told him we weren't starting until August the 3rd. That was our official start date.
Well, and then we're
So
also
we'll have Dr. Clothier on Monday.
Yep, and then Dr. Dave hopefully on
Dr.
Fridays.
Dave will be on Fridays, hopefully. We said Wednesday or Fridays. He'll be bouncing back and forth. Also join us for some controversy. Christy Mowery's making a bid for Congress.
Controversy.
Meet her. Big part of Open Texas. So you want to meet her. She's going to be
There
on
you
Monday
go.
with us.
Oh, is she coming in studio? Or
No, she'll come on
linking
over
her?
the link.
Okay.
And so, yeah, come meet
What
her.
do we call that, Charles? Like when we bring, like Samita came in, is it via chat? Via what do we want to
Just
call
video
that?
Chat.
Via video chat.
Video chat.
So that way, you know, because some of our guests will be calling in, some will be actually live in studio, but some of them will be over video chat. And the cool thing about video chat is if you have something you want to talk about on our show and you live in another part of Texas, another part of the greatest country on God's green earth, America, or if you live worldwide. So it's cool. Like Dr. Rebecca Good, who's our education correspondent, she will be able to bring on guests because she coordinates and works with teachers in other countries and departments of education in other countries to get top-notch teachers at her charter schools. She'll be able to bring those experts on live via video chat.
I have one
Absolutely.
request. When you're doing video chat, make sure you're at least dressed well from the.
Oh, yeah. It's the classic Zoom attire for adults. So mine will consist of, and my son even took a picture of me a few months back. It was so funny because he's seen me on so many, all summer long and all spring, on so many Zoom calls. And he's like, and so I walk out of the office. He's like, "Yep, Mom, classic Zoom attire." I had on a nice shirt, a jacket. My hair was done. But then I had on plaid pajama pants, no shoes, and I had my puppy on a leash because I had her in the office with me. So he even took a picture, and I was like, "Yep, Zoom attire."
In my high school senior picture,
Right.
I wore a nice suit jacket
Right.
and stuff, and then below I had like multicolored jam shorts or something.
Jams, yes.
Okay, we've gone too old.
Yes,
Let's bring
I
it
love
back.
it.
Bring
I
it
love
back.
it.
Bring it back. Hydroxychloroquine. Chloroquine.
Oh yes, how did we get
and
off on all that?
chloroquine. Well, we're going to bring you back because I want to talk about this. You know, we as a production team have been talking about it on a text between us where
Yes,
we're
yes,
discussing,
yes.
does it really work? Is it effective? You've got Dr. Fauci now saying that it's not. Well, he said from the beginning it was not. We had other doctors that said that they swore by it. It saved their patients.
Yes.
Brought I think a state representative from Michigan.
Oh, who was a Democrat who went to the White House and personally thanked President Donald Trump
For getting her hydroxychloroquine.
and she got her chops busted by her own party. She said, "I don't care. I'm alive because of it."
Right. And so why is there this flip-flop? So let's go back in time before President Trump was President Trump and before all the haters were wanting to hate just because, and turn this really into a November 3rd discussion rather than a medical discussion, right? So let's go back to August 2005 to PubMed. PubMed is important because it publishes all the medical reports that come out, Kathy. It's very, very important. So August of 2005, this is what was said. Background: severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, is caused by a newly discovered coronavirus, SARS-CoV. No effective prophylactic or post-exposure therapy is currently available. Results: we report, however, that chloroquine has strong antiviral effects on SARS-CoV infection of primate cells. This inhibitory effects are observed when the cells are treated with the drug either before or after exposure to the virus, suggesting both prophylactic and therapeutic advantage. In addition to the well-known functions of chloroquine, such as elevations of, and I'm going to get this wrong, endosomal pH, the drug appears to interfere with terminal glycosylation of the cellular receptor. And again, I'm not a doctor, so
nor does he play one on TV.
No, angiotensin converting enzymes appear to, this may negatively influence the virus receptor binding and abrogate the infection, with further ramifications by the elevation of vesicular what?
The center camera.
Well, I'm reading though. Why'd you interrupt my reading?
He needs to look at those words because they are medical.
Right, they're medical. Well, I'm in a medical published document here. So, elevation of vesicular pH resulting in the inhibition of infection and spread of SARS-CoV at clinically admissible concentrations. Conclusion: chloroquine is effective in preventing the spread of SARS-CoV in cell culture. Favorable inhibition of virus spread was observed when the cells were either treated with chloroquine prior to or after SARS-CoV infection. In addition, the indirect immunofluorescence assay described herein represents a simple and rapid method of screening SARS-CoV antiviral compounds.
Whew.
That was a lot.
It was.
That is why I did not go to medical school, because I had to tune out about halfway through that because it was starting to make my head hurt.
But here's my question, and my question goes out to everybody. It goes out to Kathy, Charles, Garrett, Chance, Gail, Michelle,
the whole
Fred,
entire crew,
Bob, Tom, everybody that's on. This is my question. This is prior to COVID-19. This is 2005. They found that chloroquine, in fact, attacked the cell culture and protected it from SARS, either before or after the fact. We come out with it for COVID-19.
Right.
We have a state representative that is dying. She is not going to make it.
I mean, she was not doing well at all.
They give her hydroxychloroquine, along with, I think they're using a form of antibiotic with it, and she's cured. Other doctors around the world use it. Their patients are cured. Massive slowdown of patients getting sick and sicker and sicker. But yet now we have doctors saying that hydroxychloroquine doesn't work. It's not effective. I need help. Help me out here. Kathy, what are your thoughts on this? Charles, I want to hear your thoughts on this as well after Kathy.
Well, and here's the thing. It goes back to something we've discussed before, and I think we will be discussing when it comes to COVID and cures, non-cures, things that help, things that don't help, until the day after the presidential election. And that is that people, even in the healthcare industry, because of their party affiliation or their hatred of our president, have made this a political topic. And here's the deal: if it's one of, and I put this on our text feed between the four us four partners, and I said if it is me or one of my loved ones, absolutely try it. Why not? And I understand. I mean, isn't it used for things like lupus and things of that nature?
Correct.
Now, you always run a risk with any kind of medication of having some type of side effect. I mean, my goodness, look at the pharmaceutical, medicine commercials on TV. All the things the side effects makes you not want to try it. So I'm going to go back to my original point. When you make something like COVID political, when you make the potential cures, when you make that political, you run the risk of not saving lives, and that's not okay. So get it out of the political realm. Get into just if you're doing this from a medical or a science-based study, put your opinion out there, but don't make this a jab at President Donald Trump.
Well, it makes me ask questions.
Let's go.
Okay.
And my questions are, I'm not a doctor, nor do I know anything. I mean, I didn't even have a biology class in high school. So, but it makes me ask the question, if it's ineffective, show me the studies where it says that it was not, because they're saying studies show that it's not effective.
Right.
The next question is, countries, so this is also used for malaria treatments. Countries that have malaria and they have malaria treatments,
yes, sir.
they're not seeing the spikes of
Interesting.
COVID,
That's a strong statistic, and I'm glad you brought that up, Charles, because that's big.
I want to see the studies for this that says it's not effective. Show me the direct studies, because I'm finding studies that says it is effective, especially from 2005, 15 years ago, when I think Fauci was part of the NIH, because that was on the NIH website.
Interesting.
Well, and that's why I go back to this. And again, I went to PubMed here. So I'm not talking about the New York Times. I'm not talking about the Post. I'm not talking about a news media agency. I'm talking about a legitimate published medical report that comes out on this. And I'm going to ask Dr. Dave about this, and I'm going to ask Dr. Clothier about this as well. If, in fact, it showed at a cellular level to be able to fight against the SARS-CoV COVID virus in 2005 and was an effective treatment, then why is it isn't today? And here's my other question.
Such a great question.
Why wasn't hydroxychloroquine developed for COVID-19 before COVID-19 hit? Why, when we've had this since 2005, we dealt with it at the SARS-CoV level. Why weren't we developing a vaccine for COVID, which, by the way, COVID wasn't killing anybody? The coronavirus, I mean, by itself.
It's an inexpensive drug too.
It is.
Cheap,
well,
and maybe that's why the drug companies don't want
Thank
to do
you.
it.
And so then, if there's no money to make, Charles, I mean, y'all are bringing up some valid points. And I go back. Okay, you mentioned the year 2005 is when you're referring to a specific study back in 2005. You're talking about malaria. 15 years ago, having lower cases now. It's not part of, and again, this is why you have to stand up for what you believe in. You have to be really careful what you're allowing the liberal, socialist, communist media and Democrats to put out there. And that is that the narrative is this is all President Donald Trump's fault. And again, we're talking about people's lives and their livelihood, and people who are getting this, they can't keep their job if they don't have a company that will work with them. Restaurants are having to shut back down because of this. Well, then come on. Let's talk about what works for people. Let's be proactive, and let's not make this a political discussion. Let's make this a human. Again, I get back to the thing we talk about on this show a lot, and that is let's get back to the humanity of being decent to each other as human beings.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I absolutely agree. But I go back to who is gaining from this. Somebody is gaining from all of this. And, you can be a conspiracy theorist with me if you'd like. All you got to do is an alert. Follow me, follow us, follow us.
Follow us.
Go like us, like me. That's right. So that was your update there.
Like me.
Well, yeah, got to like me too. So point is where or how did somebody figure out they could use COVID-19, and I believe truly a manufactured drug out of China? I believe virus. And I believe that this virus has been let loose on the world by China as a test to see what impact it would have globally. And
look what it's done.
Right. And as the United States gets closer to the conversation of we need another shutdown, which we are on the brink of, by the way, because now they've moved from the hotspots being Arizona, Texas, California, Florida. Oh, no, it's moved to the Midwest all of a sudden. Yeah. I mean, I'm already hearing this. The country needs to get ready to double down. No, we don't. We just need to take care of our business. Socially distance, wear your mask.
Just be smart. If you
be
are
smart
sick,
in large
if
crowds.
you feel like if you have symptoms, if you're sick, you don't feel well, then don't go out. Just like before, I mean, it's one of those things. Like when you're a kid, or if you have kids, if my kids had fever, they weren't leaving the house. It's just just be smart about it. And I think we as individuals can be responsible without the government having to tell us what to do. Just be smart about it. And, if you don't feel well, stay home. If you've been exposed, go get tested, or self-quarantine. JP, I self-quarantined for 3 weeks.
Right.
Because I was sick, and it turned out, luckily, it was a really bad stomach flu. But then I found out about the same time I'd gotten sick that I had been exposed to somebody who did test positive. So I thought, wow, that timing's just too suspect. Even when I started feeling better and I was bored silly, but I stayed at home because that was the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
And I think people can make that decision for themselves, and the government doesn't need to tell us to be smart and take care of our fellow man like that.
All right. Currently, it is 8:50 here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as we get ready to go into the last 10 minutes of JP, Kathy, and the crew right here at VentureX Studios in Frisco.
Yay! Cheers. Great
Kathy,
coffee.
Take away our weather here.
And JP made me a cup of coffee today and made it to perfection here at VentureX.
Thank you very much
Just
for
part
that.
of some of the cool little extras you get when you work in this great creative business space. JP, we are currently at 75 degrees here in the Frisco area, where we are broadcasting live from our new studio at VentureX. Super excited. We are headed towards a high of 89 and a low of 67. And guess what, JP? Guess what to the crew? We are going to continue the cooler temperatures, I guess I should say.
Cooler weather.
A little bit of a
temperatures.
cold front for the next few, for the weekend, and then into early part of next week. So that's just lovely, 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 lovely. So get outside, go get some exercise, soak up some of that natural vitamin D, boost your immune system, and go face the
Absolutely.
day with
Kathy,
a
I see
smile.
you're holding your cup. Do
Yes.
you need more coffee? Is that what that?
No,
Oh,
I
Lord
was just,
knows
I
I
was
do.
I was doing cheers.
Why, Charles? You got somebody back there that's an intern?
I was doing cheers.
Have we had interns yet, Charles?
Oh, we could. Oh, you
We
know
need
what?
an intern. We need interns.
Especially if school
'cause I
does
need
start
coffee.
remote. If you have got a young
Student.
daughter or a daughter or son, student, yeah, like high school age. You would probably need to be high school age.
8th grade, I think.
Yes,
Because you're about 13 almost.
or a mature kid who would like
Mature
to
kid.
would
'Cause
like
I
to
was
learn.
way above my grade level. On
Yeah,
that deal.
yeah, and then yeah, there you go. You are. Yeah, you were an old man
the
when
coffee
you
machine.
were 12.
Chuck brought up the
there's
coffee
a
machine.
picture.
Charles, I mean,
Yeah, but
I'm so excited.
we can actually have interns.
we love that machine.
We can actually have
I
interns
love
here
you.
live.
I love you.
And JP, I did see him. He did have his mask on, but he was hugging the coffee machine when I walked in this morning.
It has
Coffee
cute.
machine got
Just
snarky
saying.
with you yesterday.
It did get starky with me yesterday. It got a little bit starky. She and I have that kind of relationship.
Oh, I love it. Okay, but seriously, if you are interested in an internship here
Chelsea,
with
the
JP
coffee
Kath.
machine.
Oh, is that her name?
Chelsea.
We love Chelsea, the coffee machine.
We do.
But no, in all honesty, if you want to have an internship, either come in during our show, which we broadcast live from 7:30 to 9 every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, replay it at lunchtime, or if you want to help us behind the scenes on the technical social media side. We would love to. We can write letters of recommendation for you. We can sign off on work hours for you. So if you're interested, give us a shout.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'd love to have Kayla come up here and have coffee
Look
with
at
us.
all this cool stuff on the
We
screen.
would. All right.
Oh, Mark Reed, Chairman Mark Reed of the
Chairman
Republican
Mark Reed.
Party of Collin County has just tuned in. Good to see you, Mark. We're looking forward to having you on the show to talk about Victory 2020 efforts for the Collin County Republican Party.
All right, so Ashton says that coffee helps fight against COVID. It's a fact. Fred says, come meet me at Gas Monkey Garage tomorrow. Fletcher's Corny Dog pop-up starting at 11 a.m.
Yes.
Ooh, I want a corny dog.
Oh,
I want a corny dog.
What, at 11 a.m. until when?
I'm
all over
Fred,
it.
tell us till when.
Put that information in our feed, Fred. Yeah, you'll have members of the crew out there. I'll be out there.
Cleo's like, wow, I want it, and I don't even drink
Cleo!
coffee. So this is what Anthony says. He says, you are right about that, JP, but let's not ignore that it was released by China in concert with Dr. Fauci and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Gates had been touting the biggest coming threat to mankind would not be a war or terrorism, but insisted it was a pandemic. He should know. You know, and I'm not going to completely disagree with you there, Anthony, because I really do truly believe that this thing was released on the world. Fauci told President Trump, do not blockade China from flying in and out of the country, when he's looking at these numbers out of Wuhan. Thank you. I was going to call it Wuhan for some reason. From Wuhan. And so President Trump, against Dr. Fauci's suggestion, shuts down travel from China and from China anyways, coming into the United States, which was the best thing he did, by the way.
He did that early, and I think literally possibly saved millions of lives. And he got his chops busted, of course, because everybody has to jump on the hate President Trump train. And I'm telling you, I think that decision that he was blasted for saved millions of American lives. So God bless you, President Trump.
And so here's the thing, bottom line is that I don't disagree with you, Anthony, whatsoever. Michelle goes on to say that we are, with a bunch of expletives, over with COVID. We got blank over with COVID. I believe that as well, without a shadow of a doubt.
But did Michelle say blank, or did she put in there?
Expletives.
Okay.
Well, little symbols, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I will say this, Ted Palmer, I would agree with you. I've heard this. I've never tasted it, but Marine Corps grade coffee kills everything. So I have heard that. I've even heard if you pour it on your feet, it'll kill that toe fungus, foot fungus stuff you get in the jungle.
Oh, y'all are funny.
That's what I've heard. I'm just saying. I think I saw it on a Tom Hanks movie or something, which he's going to be a topic of discussion next week, Mr. No Longer a U.S. Citizen. That's going to be a fun conversation.
What?
Yeah, non-extraditable country.
Wait, do I have to stop watching Forrest Gump and listening to what was one of the best movie soundtracks?
Maybe.
Have you ever had Death Wish coffee?
What's that?
What's Death Wish coffee?
Oh, my gosh. So
not a sponsor, but they can be.
One cup
right
is equal to like 3 Red Bulls.
Oh, I can't.
Well, that's
I can't,
not
no, I can't do it. Yep. Nope. I had one. That would be y'all don't want me on that. I had one Red Bull back.
I don't.
No, you don't. When I was director of operations for a financial company.
Okay, squirrel, come back.
Real quick, I had a Red Bull. One of my managers came in at the end of the day and she said, the staff has asked if you would never drink Red Bull again. And I was
That's
like, okay.
liquid sweet tart.
I agree.
Yeah, sweet tart. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
No, thank you.
Let's see. Cleo says, have you tried Black Rifle Coffee? And Fred said that they're open till 4 p.m.
Excellent. Thank you, Fred.
He's going to be going
Did he
with
put
his
a
new
location?
Hellcat. Oh, we got the Hellcat. I got to go.
What's that?
Okay, Fred, we're done with Kathy. Everybody tune Kathy out.
Help me. What's a
Can we put the
H-E-double-L?
Yeah.
Cat.
Can we put? Don't act like you don't know the word hell.
I do.
Can we put? Can we put the coffee maker over Kathy's picture? Kathy just lost me when she said, "What is a Hellcat?"
That?
Kathy, I can't talk to you anymore.
Well, educate me so I don't have to ask it again next week.
If you tell me I've got a nice butt, then I might talk to you.
No, JP, no, I can't say that. I'm a married lady.
Google it. Google. Heck, I married you to your husband. I know you're a married lady. Has nothing to do with that.
Wait.
Who's that lady sitting next to you, John?
I don't see her.
You can't see me
No,
now?
there's no name. Name is gone. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Until you find out what a Hellcat is, we're not talking to you anymore.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
Coach Quigley, coffee like that. Could you imagine how chatty Kathy could be?
Oh Lord, yeah. You don't want a piece of
Coach,
that.
no, Coach. I could not coach. Coach, I do not want to.
They would turn my mic off. Okay.
Oh my hokey smokes! There's the coffee machine. In love.
Let's see.
Which I'll go get another cup of coffee here in just a minute.
Oh, he's turned off my mic.
I turned you down.
He's turned
Yeah,
my mic.
and Cleo said that Tom
be all
Hanks
over
with his
here. I
wife
looked it
became
up.
citizens of Greece. All right, what's a Hellcat, Kathy?
Is it the new Dodge Challenger?
Bingo! Bing,
Oh, that's a cool car. I didn't know
Yeah.
that was its nickname.
Oh my, Kathy! It is like at the top of the food chain for Dodge.
And see, now,
I mean,
I'm
you
not
have
a
to
big
order
car
them.
person.
So Tad
I
Palmer
do
even
love
says,
those
"I'm
Dodge
disappointed in
Chargers."
Kathy." Ugh. Thank you, Tad.
Sorry. Please forgive me. I'm not a car girl.
All right, we're getting ready to head out. Follow us.
Oh, man.
Follow us.
Is it
follow
almost
us.
9?
It is. Follow us. Follow us. Follow us. Follow us. Follow us. Like 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 us. Take out your phone right now. Get on your contacts list. Start asking your friends to follow us.
Mark Reed, Chairman Mark
do it.
Reed, says Hellcat is a WW2 aircraft. He would
It's
know.
also that. That is
he would know
correct.
since he is literally building a
30
real
seconds.
size airplane in his garage.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Well, I'm trying to get him to get his own show and take us through that process. That would be way super cool. Well, we've got to run out on you. Thank you for joining us right here at JP, Kathy, and the crew. We're on with you Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Don't tune us off. Don't tune us out. Don't turn us off. Turn
us on.
You stole my fun. Turn on with JP, Kathy, and the crew. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7:30 to 9. Catch our rebroadcast at 11:30 and 4:30 every day, Monday through Monday. That's right. Have a blessed day, and we will
love
see
you.
you after the weekend.
Have a blessed day. See you Monday.
I love it when we finish out